When we are listening to someone's problems or complaints, knowing how we respond to them can often reflect our own state of mind. In this video, I will share three modes of empathic listening and how to offer best possible response from wherever you are. First mode is where we offer them approval or sometimes even justification of why they are right in what they are thinking, and we join them in their feelings of struggle, despair, or hopelessness. Second is offering directions or suggestions on how to fix it. We want to help them solve their problems, and we offer solution like this is how I solved it for myself, so it should work for you also. And the third is offering your own calm, relaxed mind. Your response would be very empowering for them. Maybe you ask some questions or just listen. This is not a technique for effective listening or a desirable behavior. This is a reflection on your own mind and how your nervous system is responding to the challenges or problems that are being presented to you. And reflections are often a tool for self awareness and healing. One may respond in the first mode when they are habitually in a state of freeze response of mind, maybe because of having gone through very difficult life experiences or early life trauma. The mind is habitually in a state of apathy, withdrawal, or hopelessness, helplessness. This worldview is gloomy and harsh. There is nothing wrong or bad about it. This is how we cope. You might have noticed yourself also in this frame of mind when discussing about politics, climate change, or other big global issues. The second mode of listening is where your upset makes me upset. So we have to fix this. This reflects a nervous system that is in fight or flight mode. Your worldview is that of hope and also of struggle. You probably are a helper, a problem solver, and also highly sensitive. In the third mode of empathic listening, you just offer your calm, relaxed, regulated nervous system. Your worldview is that of compassion and curiosity. You trust the other person's capability to solve their problems. You may sometimes use humor, ask questions to them to let them feel fully whatever they are fully feeling or to find their own strength. There is no right or wrong method about it. From this space, you instinctively know what would be best and most soothing for them in this moment. I got this awareness a few years back from my sister. Every time she would she would share what she's struggling with, I would start offering solutions one after another. And one day she told me that I have no empathy. And I started wondering because what I understood about empathy was very different. And only a few days later, I heard myself yelling at a friend, "Can't you just listen? I don't want any solutions." So when someone comes to you, maybe they just need a loving, listening ear, compassionate presence, somebody to hold space for them. Venting out is also a way of releasing uncomfortable emotions, but that doesn't mean that you become a dumping ground for their emotions. And life is not perfect. We are not perfect. We all switch between these three states of mind multiple times during the day or even within an hour. Having problems does not make someone smaller, like having solutions does not make anyone bigger. When we meet people with honest acceptance of where we are, we make a genuine we can make genuine connections with them. If you recognize yourself in the mode 1 or 2, the best you can offer first to yourself is an acknowledgement and compassion for where you are. Second, for them, your responses may still be towards helping, depending on the relationship and the context of the situation. But the energy behind your offering will be perceived very differently depending on your state of mind. We all have a way of knowing unconsciously where the other person is coming from. Our nervous system is an electrical system, and whatever information is being processed here, consciously or unconsciously, is picked up by the other person's nervous system, mostly unconsciously. This is why, if we use this as a technique for effective listening, it may not be very effective. Rather, if we use it as a means for self awareness and regulating our own nervous system, you might offer something of true value to yourself and to them. I will talk more about these three states of mind and how you can begin to navigate them in another video. For now, to anchor this for you, just take a moment and reflect what you feel about the information I just shared with you in this video. What did it make you feel? Did it make you feel, yeah, right, these things are easier said than done? What's the use anyway? Or I'm so bad at this? Or second, what was the appropriate responses? I could use humor, I could ask more questions. What was the third thing? What should I do with this information? Is the fight or flight response. Or third, you started reflecting, what is my state of mind right now? How do I normally respond when someone comes to me with a problem? Or when someone shares their struggles, do I get triggered? Do share with me if you notice your state of mind in this moment. Is it a clear or distinct one of these three states, or is it somewhere in between? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in another video.